We are literally about to crash on the Robinhood stock. No, I'm kidding. Not a full-on crash, but a pullback is very likely on Monday, and let me tell you why. So, first of all, um, whoever watched my video from yesterday, like we talked about buying in at around $42, low $42 a share, and we actually came down to a low of 41.50, but we bought up so quick and we continued and we actually broke yesterday's high towards the end of the market and pulled back a little bit. Now, I did think we're going to have a little bit of a bigger pullback than that, but that's not even, you can't even really call that a pullback. Um, but the reason why I believe, because we already had 3 days in a row where we trended up and we had a hard time moving up over here already, and 3 green days in a row. Towards the end, we did push up. Also, for the economic reports, we have an economic report come out on Monday. I believe it's at 8:30 a.m. and it's going to be the flash manufacturing PMI. It's actually at 9:45 a.m. So when a stock has already been trending up 3 days in a row and a report comes out, that could potentially send it a bit lower before the report. And if the report doesn't meet, the expectations, we can go even lower. And that would just mean it. I'm not saying it's gonna crash, but I could see a pullback or have a red day where it closes a few percent lower than where it first opened. And a pullback would be healthy because if you could see on the 4 hour time frame, even if we pull back to the EMA line here to 42, even $41 a share, that would be a pretty decent pullback. But for those of you that are just trying to buy in right now, I would wait for a pullback. Now, this can continue to trend up, but it is, the more days we are green, it is just more unlikely that we're going to continue to have green days. At some point, we have to have a red day. When we already had 3 green days in a row, it just, the percentage gets higher and higher for a pullback with every green day that we have. And we, like I said, 3 days in a row. One of them was a very significant day of 6 point something percent. So pullback is being anticipated. Day traders for Monday, if you are trying to trade that pullback, I would try to get in once we break the previous low. Any price we break the previous low. So that would be, let me see here. The support is set at 41.50. And if you're trying to get in for the day, 41.30, like if you can get in there, 41.20, that's not bad for the day. And then I would probably trade this up. Maybe I wouldn't trade it all the way up because once we start losing confidence, it's highly unlikely that we're going to retest a high. So I would probably trade it up all the way to this zone here, $43 a share. That's where it consolidated a lot. So I would get in at around 41 and maybe try to get out at around 43. And let's see on the 4 hour, the 1 hour time frame or the 30-minute time frame, that would mean we would break the EMA and come up to the moving average. So there you go. See, that's actually perfect. $41 a share, meet right at that moving average. Take a small bounce to about 43 and try to get out somewhere around there, because after that we would need more data to see where we're going to be going, if we're going to be going lower or if we're going to be going up higher. So, but I would be careful somewhere around here. Also, those of you on Webull, I've got a lot of people trying to follow me on Webull because they think I'm going to tell them exactly where to buy and sell. I don't want to do that. I just make prices aware. I'm not saying buy exactly at those prices, sell exactly at those prices. You need to do your own analysis, but I'm trying to, because I've been doing this for a while and I'm trying to make things more clear for newer traders. And people are following me on Webull because they think I'm going to just tell them exactly where to buy and sell, but they don't actually go over to YouTube and watch what I explain on there. So if you are following on Webull, make sure you do come over here and check out the data and everything I'm showing and trying to explain here. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday.